foreign publishing houses. From France, we have Edition Kabourakidis with 5 titles. They have purchased the rights for translation of 5 titles. So there's a great interest for Greek book. In Portuguese, Almedina publishers, Luna Barcana from Romania, Sanduro from Slovenia, Tandra Libros from Spain, having purchased the rights for more than 2 titles. So in this, the framework of this program, translations play a crucial part, because without translators, who are the ambassadors of their languages, we would have a huge gap. There is a deficit in various languages. Apart from German and French, there are problems in specific linguistic combinations. The authors, the Greek authors that have been translated, the mostly translated author is Nikos Kazantzakis with 5 titles, Christos Chomenidis, 3 titles translated, Kostas Tachtsis with 2 titles, and Dimitris Takis with 2 titles, and many other authors with 1 title. So it's very important that we have this program. We need to enhance it in various aspects. We need stronger cooperation with the various players. And there's a great interest for Greek literature, to learn Greek literature, contemporary Greek literature, especially novels and non-fiction books, but mainly novels.
With regard to what you said about translators and the significance of their role, I was wondering whether there are incentives within the context of such programs abroad, some national award. If there are similar initiatives and whether there should be, so that there is a visibility, so that these heroes come at the forefront, because without them nothing happens. So there are respective actions that, besides authors, promote the role of translators. Are there such? Before answering your question, Athena, allow me something. I searched for the website about the national subsidies on the website of the Goethe Institute. So we have a description about the objective of this program. As you can see here, I will scroll down to show you the following. I'm used to using the mouse, so I have a difficulty. Forgive me. So we are running this program in Athens since 2017, and every year we have recorded all the titles that received the translation subsidy. Indicatively, we can see some examples. We have authors of contemporary literature, of classic literature. For example, here at random, I will read Daniel Kilman, who is well known. And here you see the cover of the book, some basic information about the work, a summary of the book, the publisher, Castagnotis Publications. If I click here, you see that all the titles of Daniel Kilman we have in our library. There is a detailed reference to anything concerning not only the book but also the author. So in this way, we want to contribute in our way for the promotion of the book. And the same goes for all previous years. And so far, 54 titles have been published in Greek. And I hope that very soon we will reach the number 100. With regard to collaborations with publishers, with authors, publishers, and translators. We have been running a collaboration with the International German Fair of Thessaloniki. We have the fellowship program Let's Talk for publisher in the book industry. Generally, people in the books industry started in 2021-22. It was an online program due to the pandemic. There were some discussion panels with publishers, with translators, with book designers, all book professionals. There were different thematic sessions. During the first year, there was a specialized fellowship program between Greece and Germany. Last year, we went a step forward, a step further, and we wanted to involve publishers of Southeastern Europe, since Goethe in Athens belongs to the region of Southeastern Europe, and we had a meeting with publishers from Greece, from Turkey, from Romania, from Croatia, from other Southeastern European countries, a publisher from Germany. So there was a two-day meeting. We talked about book issues, about how we select a title that will be translated, how we select translators, and in general the promotion of the book. And we found that all we have common concerns and common challenges. So there was a range of topics that we talked about. The fellowship program will go on in the year 2024-2025. As you, Panayotis, said, we believe that this is the ticket, if you allow me the word, the ticket so that the book can be translated in the respective language to be released in the market. From feedback I got, I realized that this initiative was highly pioneering and very, very fruitful. Yes, it has been a real challenge for us, and although it had been intended to take place with physical presence due to the coronavirus pandemic, it was conducted online. But things went wonderfully, and also we gave the opportunity to professionals of the sector not being able to be in Athens to participate through the live streaming. And the events that you organize about books are always very well organized. There is this osmolarity, this osmosis. There is a French-friendly audience. We have the Grèce Hebdo, which plays a lot of things, and I believe that this cultural tradition is very characteristic of the French Institute. And the Quesido made a reference to our programs. So far, here in Greece, we don't have a fellowship program, a professional program for publishers and translators, but we inform professionals about residences in France. So it is from France that discussions are being organized. We have it in mind. It's a matter of budget. for us to do something for translators. We would like to do something, maybe in collaboration with Greek institutions, but so far this is what we're doing. And also, Panayotis, this know-how from countries that have been running such programs for many years could become a model about for Greek lit, so that there is an integrated strategy and a synergy of private and public bodies, because I think that this coordination is lacking in Greece and it is a major challenge for the future. Yes, you are absolutely right. The publishing sector is an ecosystem, so everything can be achieved through synergies. So we need this umbrella that will support the entire process. We hope that with the founding of a new body that we're expecting, that things will be done in a much more dynamic way, and everything you have mentioned will be achieved. And in fact, there is a great gap that has to be filled in. For sure, the fellowship programs help for bridging this gap, and particularly the exchange of know-how and expertise, which is so important. And you know, as a researcher, I'm always interested in seeing the best practices from other countries and adjust them to our country's circumstances. You're absolutely right, because it is a dynamic process. And there are examples of small countries that can adjust to the Greek environment, but for sure the know-how and expertise from France and Germany is very important. I don't think the know-how is the most important thing we're lacking, but I think the more systematic collaboration is important. There is need for extroversion in the book sector. We want our authors to go outside national borders. It is not just for some books to be translated. That's not enough. They need to have the follow-up. Okay, the books are translated. That's all very well. But what is the visibility? Are they read? Have they been promoted to bookstores? The publishers themselves, do they have them on their websites? From a research I have conducted, I see that all this is not done as it should be done. It's not just translating a book. There are so many other things that also have to contribute to. I will give you an example of a good practice that has to do with what you did. How the book is promoted, an anthology of contemporary Greek poetry was translated into Finnish. It was presented within the context of an exhibition, a fair of young poets. Greek poets were invited. There was a follow-up by the publisher with constant references, with well-targeted promotion activities. And it did so well. This follow-up you mentioned is that matters so much, so that these titles are able to be promoted as they should. I would like to expand even more. What we decided to do from this year in the French Institute was to send delegates at festivals. For example, we sent Athens Crimes Festival to France in Quai du Polar, which is a very big detective book story fair. So I wanted to mention this since we are talking about organizations that promote books in Greece and in France, the translated Greek books. And also, we aim at sending someone from the Festival of Chania, the Fair of Chania, to France. As I told you, there is a very limited and specific budget, so we need to make selections. At this phase, we chose to send Greek authors to France, representing large organizations. And maybe this institution of book fairs is very, very important. I mean, visibility increases dramatically, and these book fairs offer great advertising. Before closing, I would like us to talk about perspectives. What are the actions that you are planning, whether you can announce them, and what is the general policy for the coming period about the subsidizing of Greek translations? With regard to the perspective, is what I mentioned before. We have the Let's Talk fellowship program for publishers from Southeastern Europe. We are taking a small break this year in order to see how we can move on and how we can set up a program for the new generation. What we decided it was to integrate translators as well at this specialized program. What else can we do? What I always tell both publishers and translators is that we are open for discussions and we are open for a dialogue. Whenever there is an idea or a proposal, we are open to having a discussion, to arranging a meeting and discussing and of course, what are the wishes and desires of the publishers and of the translators, respectively, because they are the major players in the sector. They are the specialized players. They are the experts. I am neither a publisher nor a translator. As the head of the library and the head of the fellowship program, I always try to do my best. I always think that the team spirit is our top priority and very, very significant. And of course, we're willing to collaborate with anyone who wants to and has something nice to suggest. And set up a program that will be based on their needs and not on my need. My need and my wish is to help as much as possible and contribute to promoting Greek authors, Greek books, Greek publishers, Greek translators. Our objective is to maintain our budget for the subsidies. I'm the General Secretary for the budget. I have the money.
He has the money.
He has the money. That's why I brought him with me. So we want us to maintain our budget and even better to increase it. We have increased it this year. So we'll talk about some activities of ours at the end of May, on the 6th and 7th June, forgive me. We organize these meetings between French and Greek publishers in Athens for comics and children's books. End of May, we have the Philosophy Festival, because, as I said, it is through our activities that we promote and enhance book production. And also an illustrators festival of French illustrators that not only will present their books written in Greece, but will also meet professionals of the sector. And you can see all this on our website, the website of the Greek-French Institute. I will close with a wish. As part of the ecosystem, I wish that we will have a paradigm shift in the book sector with different collaborations, new synergies, in order for our vision to come true. So this is my wish. I think this is going to be an ongoing dialogue, and may we always be here to discuss how we can make it better and better. Before closing, I would like to ask whether there are any questions or any comments you would like to make. Yes, please. I would like to say about this book that was published last year in Denmark. I am a Danish translator. It was a great success. All libraries bought it. It had very good reviews. What is this book? Can you please show it again? Dimitris Sotakis, my favorite writer. Thank you so much for this information.
We can conclude with the panel. Sorry. Ναι, πείτε μου.
Καλή σας.
Good morning. I would like to thank the Goethe Institute and the Greek-French Institute. Maybe as a publisher, I'd like to get information on your activities. The French Institute subsidizing the selling of rights to France is very important. So what I've noticed from your panel and some other panels, we mainly focus in the Greek market on importing rights and not so much on exporting rights. And the statistics that Mr. Kapos showed us show the same and prove the same. We have important titles mainly. So I think that besides Greek Lit and NLit, the European program, we do need help in exporting rights. And my second observation, I don't know if anyone agrees with me, is that there is a gap in the non-fiction sector. Non-fiction is a global trend. Okay, literature and fiction is a constant trend, but non-fiction has a great gap. I think we have a very good production in non-fiction in Greece that is not being promoted. And I would like to think, is there a distinction between fiction and non-fiction books on your subsidy programs? So I would like to ask you for some information on how to learn more about the Let's Talk or the other programs of exchange, of professional meetings between publishers and agents. And the last thing, I think the medium-sized publishing industry does not have this information as regards professionals from other countries. I myself focus on exporting rights, and I try to find agents, publishers through institutions like yours, for example, and I couldn't find anything. And I'm sure this is a thing having to do with budget. So I would like to thank you. Okay, the 39 titles of Greek Lit are rights that were exported. Okay, it's not such a big number, but yes, indeed, what you said about the non-fiction gap is very important. Let me ask you the following. Could you tell us which publishing house you represent? Because I thought everyone knew us. Yes, of course, everyone knows Nicoletta and you. I'm from Megasirios with self-help books, philosophy, self-development. This was just a wish of mine, a desire to get to know more professionals from the field. Yes, you did this. Of course, we do need your feedback. This is very important. And with Paulina, we will come right after to you. Thank you very much. I was very happy to meet you. I'm sure that we will meet again soon. Thank you.